Hello once again, and you're welcome to another beautiful edition of the Other Side of the Bridge football channel. We're here to discuss Chelsea. Chelsea played a match yesterday against Tottenham. I wouldn't say our bitter rivals. Probably that tag goes to maybe like Man U or Liverpool, not even Arsenal. But hey, Tottenham is a London derby. Yeah, and it's one that we normally or usually win, but come on, we can't take matches these days for granted anymore. We really have to be top notch, to beat the big boys. Tottenham big boys, well, not really. I think they lie in 15th or 14th place in the table, almost 10 points from even the top 10. I mean that's crazy. Yeah, Chelsea won the match 1-0, and to be honest, it's quite an improvement from our previous matches, especially in the turn of the year. Chelsea really have not been playing that well. And yeah, I'll give credit to the coach, and as well as, a lot of credit to the return of Nicholas Jackson. I mean, Jackson was a handful for the Tottenham defenders. He did very well. He was a focal point of the attack. He was out muscling. I mean, who would have ever thought Jackson would be the second coming of Drogba? I mean, he did well last season, let's be honest. And this season, he's been real good until, he got injured and had to sit out a couple of weeks or months. But hey, he's back, and he's back to being Nicholas Jackson. In terms of chances, he didn't really get any clear-cut chances, a couple of half chances, but Jackson really did well, and I'm quite impressed. He's brought that bite back to our attack. I mean, something we've been missing. For the life of me, I really don't know why Nkunku isn't really clicking into gears at Chelsea. I mean, at some point Jackson was substituted, and I expected to see maybe Nkunku, but at the same time I felt, playing Pedro Neto as a striker, probably maybe Nkunku is injured. I honestly don't know, but it shows how much down, the ladder Nkunku has fallen. Back to the match, quite a very good match. Not too many chances, but I think Chelsea were really on board. They controlled the game. I mean, large parts of the game. The only time I kind of had my heart in my mouth was probably during the extra time. We had 12 minutes of extra time for two very huge stoppages for VAR. I'll start with the goal. Second half goal by our boy Enzo Fernandez, a beautiful cross by Cole Palmer, and Enzo Fernandez, finished. I mean, he literally could not miss that header. 1-0, and a few minutes later, Caicedo had a ball in the back of the net, a very beautiful half volley, but it was chalked out to offside. I mean, the slightest of offside. I honestly don't even know why that kind of ball should be checked, because it was so marginal. But at the same time, the offside wasn't what caused the goal. I mean, the ball was cleared and fell to the feet of Enzo Fernandez, who had it at the back of the net. I mean, if it was a case of maybe from the offside we scored directly, I maybe I can understand, because it was so marginal. It was so it wasn't even clear cut. Even from the replays, I really couldn't see any offside. Even the commentators were literally saying, look, this never looked like an offside. But hey, the goal was chalked off after about 4 or 5 minutes of deliberation by the VAR. And yeah, Tottenham had a goal disallowed, also a very wonderful strike by Sarr. But he was adjudged to, foul Caicedo in the build-up of his goal. Man, quite a shot. Could Sanchez do better? Probably, but hey, luckily for us, the goal was chalked off for offside, and Sarr was able to almost giving a red card, but it took more time in the VAR judgment to be sure. Oh, okay, it wasn't a red card offense, and it was meted with a yellow card. Yeah, and the match fettered away, 12 minutes extra time, and yeah, Chelsea went away 1-0 winners on the night. Coming to the tactics, we had a playing 4-4-2, if I can call it that. Well, I can say 4-5-1, if I to call it out rightly. With Chalobah, I mean, honestly, Chalobah has been, a welcome, breath of fresh air in this Chelsea team. I honestly don't know who the drunk person was that let him out on loan, who said he wasn't needed in this Chelsea team. I think you can all see the stability this guy brings to the club, the stability he brings to the team, to the defense. He's outstanding. Honestly, he is our best defender. Colwill is a distant second, but hey, Chalobah is the man. Let's just put it out there. And yeah, we went with Gusto and Cucurella on the right back and left back position, respectively. And honestly, Gusto's form seems to have dipped a bit compared to his previous seasons. I mean, we don't see that marauding, run on the flanks that he usually does. Probably, the coach is trying to reel him in. I honestly don't know, but well, he's still a very good one-on-one defender. And he did quite well on the night. I mean, the whole entire defense line were not really troubled, apart from, Song almost putting the ball in the nets, except for a fantastic save from Sanchez. I mean, that was it. We were not really troubled the entirety of the match. Yeah, in attack, in midfield rather, we had Caicedo pairing up with Fernandez, who was the captain of the day. And on the right flank, we had Pedro Neto. And on the left, we had Jadon Sancho. Now, let me talk about Jadon Sancho for a while. I mean, look, Sancho's games has been frustrating, if you ask me, because Sancho has this way of playing, he's not direct. He beats a defender, but still waits for the defender to recover. He never takes a shot. He's always looking to, to play the ball, simple pass behind. He literally never crosses. I mean, so many things wrong with Sancho's game, but he had a very beautiful opportunity, to put us ahead, except for a fantastic save by the keeper, Vicario. But look, Sancho really needs to up his game. I mean, when he came, he was like a house on fire, sending Modric to the bench. But again, I think I'll do a video comparing these two wingers, Sancho and Modric, and who has the better or who has had the better impact at Chelsea. Personally, I really think Modric is, way better in terms of his directness, his ability to run at defender. Sancho is not a sludge. He's also quite fast, but he hardly ever uses it. He's always, trying to beat a player, but no end product. And that's the only problem I have with Sancho. And yeah, he was yanked off sometime in the second half, and Madueke came back from injury to replace him, while Pedro Neto went to the striking position. Also, as a 10, we had Cole Palmer as usual, and I've mentioned already Nicholas Jackson in the strike position. And this was the team, and yeah, we really handled Tottenham quite well. We played, to the best of our ability, which I quite kind of like. At the end, we went to a back five, which I wasn't really comfortable. Like I said, that was the period I had my heart in my mouth, because nobody was putting pressure on the ball. Everybody was waiting for Tottenham to, lob the ball into the box 18, and we head it out and we rinse and repeat. But that could be very dicey, especially, Tottenham having players that can actually, take shots from outside, the box 18. But hey, we came out unscarred, and yeah, we're back in the top four, and Chelsea's roaring to go. Yeah, our next match, I think we have one more Premier League match before our encounter in the UEFA Conference League. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. So good job for Chelsea, and congratulations to Enzo Maresca for, once again, getting the upper hand in Tottenham. So I'll see you in the next match or before the next match. Do have a beautiful day. Please like, subscribe, do all you can to support the channel, and I'll make sure we keep upcoming with more goods talking about Chelsea.